Hey Shackers, Greg here. Today's list is all about the top 10 games you must play on last-gen consoles. Now as usual, let's start off with the ground rules. 1. Last gen is referring to the Wii, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3. 2. This list, like all other lists I make, is opinion-based, so no flipping out if your game isn't on here. And 3. No games that have been released on both last gen and current gen are eligible. Sorry, Dragon's Age Inquisition and Far Cry 4. Phew! Now that that's out of the way, let's get started. These are the top 10 games you must play on last-gen consoles. Number 10.
Good to see you, mate. Take one of the rifles from the table.
With the droves and droves of sequels that have steadily declined in value over the years, Call of Duty 4 was where it all started. Everything from the maps, weapons, and perks just felt right. The game was addictively fun as well. I spent hours a night playing this game. Everyone should play it to see what a pure first-person shooter action game used to be.
Now or never. Target is down. Nice shot, Lieutenant.
Number 9. The days when plastic peripherals littered your living rooms. It may look stupid now, but Rock Band was a great party game. Many hours were wasted playing these plastic instruments to some of the world's most popular and classic songs. It brought family and friends together, and that's always great when a game does that. If you've never had a chance to pick up a plastic guitar and jam, you really should. Number 8.
To ensure the safe performance of all authorized activities, do not destroy vital testing apparatus.
Tired of going in guns blazing? Portal was a breath of fresh air. This puzzle platformer was a smash hit. It's fun and addictive, and most importantly, it was different. Fighting your way through an aperture science laboratory with multiple dangers and obstacles with a very unique and now iconic weapon known as the portal gun. Solving mind-bending puzzles without blowing everything up in your path? It was extremely rare to see a first-person shooter puzzle game. If you haven't had a chance to play Portal, pick it up. You might be pleasantly surprised. Number 7. BioWare did a fantastic job introducing a new world in Dragon Age Origins. This tactical RPG was an amazing game. I mean, what else would you expect from BioWare? It had a great narrative driven by characters, an intuitive deep combat system, and a class system. Traveling the world of Ferelden and attempting to save it from the Blight, all while meeting interesting and in-depth characters along your path, never felt better. If you've never played this, you need to. Number 6.
They read the good book from Friday till Monday.
Ever heard of Fallout? Don't worry, I hadn't either until Fallout 3 hit the console. A post-apocalyptic wasteland? Zombies? Mutants? Open world? It's a gamer's dream. Fallout 3 brought with it everything that the past Fallout games brought, and more. This game was basically a first-person shooter or a third-person shooter, and it was essentially Elder Scrolls with guns. It had great crafting, large world to explore, and a multitude of quests to complete. Fallout 3 introduced me to the series, and hopefully it'll introduce you too. Number 5. The true-to-form best Batman video game, Batman Arkham Asylum introduced the new free-flow combat system that, well, made you feel like you're actually Batman. With the voice of Kevin Conroy himself returning the role as Batman and Mark Hamill reprising his role as the Joker, everything about this game was executed perfectly, from the story, to the characters, to the gameplay. And everyone needs to experience this adventure as the Dark Knight.
Do you really think you can win? Poor little bat.
Number 4. The Wii was very hit or miss, but leave it to Nintendo to deliver on their first-party titles, especially with Super Mario Galaxy. It was one of the few games where the motion controls felt right at home, which, for a platform game, was pretty hard to do. Controlling that tubby little plumber upside down on spherical levels was awkward but fun. It introduced Rosalina to Mario's clubhouse friends. Everyone should experience this Mario space adventure. And with it already in the Wii U store, there's really no excuse not to. Woohoo! Number 3. The first Mass Effect was great at introducing players to the world. However, it was Mass Effect's 2's strong, character-driven narrative that puts it ahead of Mass Effect 1. Everything from the first game had been improved, and by the end of the long journey, you were fully attached to each one of your fellow crew members, a feat few games have mastered. Not to mention your decisions would decide if main characters would live or die. BioWare's masterpiece should be experienced by all.
Maybe I can change your mind.
Activate systems.
Number 2.
I chose Rapture. City where the artist would not fear descents.
One of the most interesting and entertaining games I've ever played. This game has action, story, and most of all, atmosphere, which until Alien Isolation has really been absent from a lot of games. Diving down underneath the water in a horror show in the 1950s, it was something new and refreshing. Everyone needs to experience this journey to Rapture at least once.
Is it someone new?
Now before I get into number 1, since there were so many games, let's see some honorable mentions. And number 1. Probably one of the best games I've ever played in my entire life. It's a masterpiece. The gameplay, the story, the crafting system, hell, even the class system allows you to become anything you want. The game is huge and gives players so much to do, and you're having fun while doing all of it. The game's also one of the best looking games I've ever seen on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. Yeah, the loading times are long and it has its bugs, but this game is something everybody needs to experience. Do you agree with my list? Tell me what games you guys think should be on this list. And for everything gaming, be sure to go to Shacknews.com. Hey, and do me a solid, if you liked the video, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys.